We could certainly win a few Oscars if we could make a film about Keanu's life. Of course, there is only one individual who is capable of playing the part flawlessly. Reeves seldom discusses the series of events that shaped him into the Sigma man he is today. Only he understands every twist and turn in his life's movie, and he does so with amazing grace and moderation when telling his story. The unbelievable misfortunes that befell him were only a small portion of the story. He was his only audience for a long time, but then something happened. Keanu Reeves's career took a winding path to success, and it was only later that the world took notice of him and acknowledged him for what he is: a fighter, humanitarian, and above all, a humble man. A rocky road to stardom. Keanu has always aspired to be an actor. Despite not being a particularly bright student, he has always had a passion for acting. Perhaps it was written in the stars for Keanu to become an A-list actor and conquer Hollywood by storm. However, he was an artist who knew what he wanted. He took most opportunities life threw at him, but he kept his eyes on his goal: a stranger-than-fiction reality. Gradually, the actor rose to become one of Hollywood's most desirable and praised men. His good looks and charisma enchanted women all over the world. Since the start of his profession, however, nothing was known about his personal life. He was never your normal celebrity, and the paparazzi had a field day with him. According to him, he kept his alcohol use to a bare minimum and refused to be sucked into the vicious vortex of celebrity vices. Hollywood's saddest actor. Keanu's career took off in 1999 when he landed the main role in the action film The Matrix. He mastered an incredibly physically demanding role that has reportedly added more than $30 million to his bank account, according to some estimates. Reeves was chosen over other Hollywood A-listers such as Leonardo DiCaprio, Will Smith, and Brad Pitt at the casting. However, dark clouds were forming over Keanu's life. His first shock came in 1992, when his sister was diagnosed with leukemia. Keanu gave a large sum of money to cancer charities and organizations, despite the fact that the public was ignorant of it at the time. He also has his own philanthropic foundation. A true Sigma man like Keanu Reeves got a lot of obstacles in his road of success. Keanu's dad walked out when he was just 3, before being imprisoned for drug offenses. And over the course of his glittering film career, the speed actor has seen loved ones and best friends die in horrific circumstances, including a drug overdose. A fatal crash happened. Jennifer attended a party organized by goth rocker Marilyn Manson 2 years after the agony of losing baby Ava. Despite being granted a ride home from the Hollywood party, she is accused of driving her Jeep back to the party while inebriated and colliding with a row of parked cars. Jennifer died instantaneously after being flung from the front seat. Sister's 10-year cancer battle. Ava's stillbirth came after Keanu spent a decade helping his sister, Kim, battle the life-threatening blood cancer, leukemia. Keanu became her main carer in the early 1990s, helping to nurse her back to health while his acting career went stratospheric. He said, "She was always there for me, you know. I will always be here for her." She recovered from her illness, and Keanu has since set up a cancer charity, but chose not to attach his name to it. Then, in October 1993, at the age of 23, his best friend and actor River Phoenix died after consuming a speedball, a combination of morphine and cocaine. The Stand By Me star fainted outside Hollywood music hotspot The Viper Room. Keanu, according to Phoenix, was like my older brother. However, it is shorter. I've always liked you, River, Keanu said in a joint interview. River is one of my closest friends, although I don't have many. River died as Keanu, who was 23 at the time, was filming the movie Speed with Sandra Bullock. Writing was one of the ways Keanu dealt with his pain and loss. In 2009, he formed a publishing firm called X Artists Books with visual artist Alexandra Grant. Ode to Happiness, a poetic picture book written by Reeves and illustrated by Alexandra Grant, is the product of their collaboration. It was the beginning of a wonderful friendship between the two of them. In fact, it quickly evolved into something more than just friendship. Fans all over the world applauded and fell even harder for Keanu, since he was one of the few Hollywood stars to have a spouse who did not fit to the industry's beauty standards. Who would expect anything less from this man, though? Even though his fortune is estimated at around $100 million, Keanu still rides the subway, and it is not uncommon to see him on a sidewalk talking to a homeless man. His life hasn't been easy, but he still sports a friendly smile on his face without letting the fame warp him. Reeves took the most painful parts of his life and found inspiration in them. He never stopped grieving or forgot about the loss, but he found a way to channel it into his movies and his book. This painful sincerity might be why his work continues to touch people's hearts all around the world. He continues to contribute to the film industry through amazing roles and an unflagging passion for acting. Most importantly, Keanu has never stopped being kind to others, and it is great to see him receive love in return.